What's going on, family? It is your man DeAndre Saxton back for another video, and it's been almost 2 years since I have made a YouTube video like this. Wow, time just flies. And into this video, not a lot of people may not watch this, but it's a good documentary, not only for myself, for my future self, but to give an update to the channel. So what has been going on these last couple years? It's been absolutely crazy. As you guys know, I worked with Bob Proctor for about two and a half years and built a 7-figure coaching business back with him. Back in, I would say, February 2021, I believe, or 2022, he ended up passing away. And after he passed away, I was in a weird point in my business where I was not able to scale, right? I was spending money on ads. I was hiring people to help me scale, but I was not able to take my business to the next level. Mix that in with the fact that living in downtown Miami, I had a crazy lifestyle, probably living on 20, 30 grand a month, if not more. It got to the point where I almost squeezed myself out of business. And that was one of the biggest mistakes and lessons that I learned over these last couple years was keeping my expenses down as I was growing my business. I was living too much for the lifestyle and not enough for running a business and caring about creating a great product. So what ended up happening after about 2022 was I went out to Mexico and I ran some Airbnbs because at the time when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my business, I put my apartment, I lived in a luxury apartment in downtown Miami. I put it on Airbnb for about $800 a night and it completely booked out in like 2 weeks. I did like 12, 13 grand or something like this in like my first 2 days of Airbnb. And it was like one of the most easiest and automated things that I have ever experienced because in my coaching program, I used to charge 10 grand just to actually coach somebody for 6 months. And the fact that I had earned that for just an Airbnb, I thought it was a good fit. So I ended up leaving my coaching business, leaving Miami. Actually, fun little story. I ended up getting caught with Airbnb like 2 months in. The people didn't listen to me. My building didn't actually let me Airbnb. And I got caught and I almost got evicted. But I just said, hey, keep my deposit and I'm going to leave. So I go down to Airbnb, Mexico, and start doing Tulum, Mexico specifically. And I started busting my butt, guys. Let me tell you, busting my butt for 7 months straight. I'm talking about folding sheets. I'm talking about, I managed big villas, right? I was doing villas where I would charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a night. So I had like 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom villas. I had like staff. I had cleaning ladies. I had like 3-4 cleaning ladies. I had gardeners. I had maintenance people. I had chauffeurs. I had drivers. I had like access to everything. Yacht, party people, the promoters, the whole works. And guys, I ended up losing like 70 grand in Mexico. I was cash flowing for sure. I was doing 10, 20, 30 grand months, but I was losing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grand on the back end. And it got to the point where I was busting my butt, driving on my little ATV, my little moped, getting sunburnt in that hot ass sun in Tulum. Folding sheets, trying to translate. Imagine trying to run a business in a different language. Like I speak Spanish for sure, but this is a different level when you're trying to run a professional business. None of your cleaning staff, none of your maintenance people, none of your pool people speak any English, and you're trying to run a business. So that was me in Mexico for 7 months. So I remember on my 7th month, it got to the point where it was so bad that I had to make a choice between do I pay my own personal rent or do I pay the rent of the apartments that I was renting? And at that moment, I had left Mexico because I just got tired and I went on a little vacation and I never came back. I told the owners, I said, guys, I'm sorry. I do not have the funds. Just keep all the furnishings, keep all the decorations, keep everything I purchased, and I'm leaving. And I left all my belongings and I just never went back to Mexico again off that vacation. And it was such a difficult time for me because it's like, damn, I just came out of a coaching business, did Airbnb, busted my butt. That was probably the hardest physically I've ever worked in my life. I am not going to lie. I was sweating and running up and down stairs and folding laundry and doing everything. Granted, I had some help, but I was doing some big properties. I think I was at my peak. I had like 16 to 18 bedrooms like under my management. I had like 4 properties, but these were like I said, villas, big villas. But anyway, so after that, what did I do? I ended up doing an OnlyFans agency. Yes, it was kind of a weird thing that popped up on me, but I was like, you know what? Everybody's making money in OnlyFans. Now, I was not making an OnlyFans myself. Let me be clear with that. I had an agency. So basically, it was a digital marketing agency where I would represent Colombian girls. As you guys know, I lived in Colombia. and I ran an agency thinking that it was going to make me a lot of money, but it did not. It was just a weird time. I was trying to start a business up. I thought it'd be a fast cash flowing business. I did that for like 4 months and absolutely nothing happened. I think I made a total of like $1,000 maybe the entire time. I had signed like 12 girls. They didn't work. I was busting my butt building systems, operations, learning about TikTok, learning about Instagram, learning about automations and scaling and black hat strategies to, defeat the social media algorithms. And all in all, the girls that would come and model and work, they would last maybe a week at the max, right? Because the biggest problem I was having was the girls that I was meeting, right? You think any girl would want to, start an OnlyFans, they can make money. It is kind of true. It is fairly easy for the most part, but getting a girl to actually work and the work ethic necessary to not only represent as an agency, but just in general, it wasn't there. So when I told them that they had to make like 3 TikToks a day, post on Instagram, all these different things, they lasted 7 days maximum. And it was just a weird period of my life. I had a girlfriend at the time in Colombia, and she was not the fondest of the business. So it ended up self-exploding after like four months. And I was like, dude, I made like $1,000 in 4 months. It's time for me to leave and do something else. Plus, quite frankly, it didn't align with my morals. Anyways, I would self-justify. But at the end of the day, like, it's just not a business that I want to be in. So I left the OnlyFans agency. And then this is going into the actual beginning of this year now, January. And that was probably the toughest time for me, was in January. And the reason being was I had a girlfriend, like I mentioned before, and we were dating between August and December. And I was the first girlfriend that I've had in about 6 or 7 years. So it was a big deal for me. I met her in Colombia. She was a girl that I thought was really good. She had her own car. She bought her own home, family oriented, had a father in her life, all the basic things that, Red Pill and all these kind of guys teach you what to do. And, I fell for it, and I ended up going back to Miami to sell one of my cars. And I come back to visit her. I was only gone a month. I come back, I look at her phone, and she was a completely different person. I saw things that I shouldn't have seen as a boyfriend, and I immediately left her. And that was a tough time, was January, because I had spent New Year's with her, and I found out like January 4th or something that she cheated. That's the word you want to use, right? Doing shenanigans behind my back while lying to me, being in different cities and, being with ex-boyfriends and stuff. It just I wasn't going for it, So it's literally New Year's, right? First week of the year, and my girlfriend cheats on me. My business explodes. Like, I run out of finances. I'm like dead broke. And I'm like, dude, it was like, I would say probably one of the toughest times of my life. The toughest time was probably when I was sleeping in my car, but I was very enthusiastic. But this last time, this January is probably one of the hardest times, emotionally, mentally, business-wise, because I didn't have a business to run to, right, to distract me from my girlfriend. My business was falling apart, my finances, so I didn't have a girlfriend to run into, right? It was just like the self-perpetuating cycle that was just absolute mess, So that lasted about 2 months. I came back to the United States, and I started doing 2 different things. I started doing some medical sales, here and there, figuring out what I was going to do next. And quite frankly, it'd probably be my next YouTube video. I'll talk about what I actually got into and what I'm actually launching, which I'm super excited about. It's a new coaching program, new offer based on an expertise that I've already developed. And I ended up getting a little distracted, and I'm coming back around. So I'll share with that here in a second. But So I did a little bit of medical sales, wondering what I was going to do next, and I ended up setting up a YouTube automation business. So I still have the YouTube automation going for sure. We spent probably about $5,000 to $6,000, and it hasn't been popping off. YouTube automation is another thing. I busted my butt learning it. I have a team of about 10 people right now that are working for me, building videos and stuff. But I launched too many channels at the same time. I think I was running like 5 or 6 channels, and none of them were getting any success because I was like spread too thin, trying to start too many channels at the same time. So I'm really glad to see that one of my channels is actually popping off right now. I'm in the sports niche, and I dialed back, 4 of my channels that I was running. So I only have 1 channel now that's still in the sports niche, but I'm only focusing 100% of my energy, my resources, my staff on that 1 channel. So to see that some of our videos are getting 20, 40,000 views, I'm really excited about and excited to keep continuing that because I've built an amazing infrastructure with that and operations and teams. So I want to keep that going. But that brings me to where I'm at today. So here we are. If you guys don't notice now, I am in a different spot. I'm at my dad's house in Dallas, Texas. Came to visit him, and I've been staying here for about a week or so, and I've been really loving it because I haven't spent a lot of time with my dad. He wasn't really there for most of my life, and I came back around, kind of like we came back around talking about 4 or 5 years ago, and then really this is the longest I've really been spending with him, and it's been an amazing opportunity. He lives in a 3-bedroom home with a nice offices and everything, so it's been cool for me to just sit here and work, grow, and develop. And in this time, I've been able to sit. I've been on the run. I've been on the move, going from country to country, city to city for the last couple of years. And to sit down in one spot and actually think about my business and not have to worry about so many things, I've been having just been to really reflect and think. So that's been a quick little update about what's been going on, but we're not done yet, guys. I'll probably be doing an official video in the next video where I title it something along the lines of I help my friend earn $100,000 a month, or maybe I title it, I'm launching a new program, something of this sort. But I'm launching a new coaching program, teaching people, mostly course creators and coaches and experts, how to leverage their knowledge, package it up inside of a high ticket coaching program known as a mastermind, and how to create, sell, and scale it to 7 figures, all online. So it's going to be, I'm so excited to talk about this in the next video, but that's been an update about me. This is a nice little journey, a nice little refresher. It's been almost 2 years since I've posted, and I can't wait to look back at this and see the progression that we made. So guys, I'm so excited to get started on my new journey here with High Ticket Hero, helping coaches scale to the next level and building systems. Guys, make sure you subscribe below. It's your man, DeAndre Saxton. Thank you. If you're watching this right now, I want to value you so much for even taking the time to listen to this video. So thank you so much, and we got so much more to grow here. I think I have less than 5,000 subscribers right now, time of recording this. I'm so excited to see what we turn into. Let's grow, baby. Let's be heroes.